Well, hello, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk about a little bit of biblical archaeology. Yes, I do. I like reading articles about what they found in the Holy Land, around the Holy Land, stuff like that. Today, I want to read an article and talk about Hezekiah's tunnel and the Siloam inscription. I want to read this article to you. The ancient city of Jerusalem was naturally defensible from almost all sides because of the elevated location, but its major source of fresh water, the Gihon Spring, was on the side of a cliff overlooking the Kidron Valley. Once a pulsating spring, its waters alternatively rose and fell. In the 18th century BCE, the Canaanite inhabitants channeled the spring water along the eastern slope to fill the reservoir to the south and irrigate fields in the Kidron Valley. Scripture indicates that King Hezekiah, fearful of the Assyrians would lay siege to Jerusalem, blocked the Gihon Springs from outside the city walls and diverted the water through a winding underground tunnel to the pool of Siloam, which he fortified with walls. In 1838, Edward Robinson discovered the tunnel, but despite his extensive research along with other explorers, missed what today is known as the Siloam inscription, possibly due to mineral deposits. In 1880, a young man exploring Hezekiah's tunnel from the Siloam pool discovered the inscription cut into rock on the eastern side, approximately 19 feet into the tunnel. It was later secretly removed. The inscription was recovered and sent to the Instabul Archaeology Museum. This tunnel is a miracle in ancient engineering. Workers at either end managed extreme conditions with oil lamps and limited time to dig through solid bedrock for some 1,800 feet, or about 1/3 of a mile, making bends and turns and remarkably meeting in the middle, completing an almost seamless tunnel. The tunnel carries water to this day. Now, the inscription here, please excuse me, these letters are a little smaller though, but tunneling through, and this is the account of the tunneling through, while the workmen raised the pick each toward his fellow, and while there remained to be tunneled through, there was heard the voice of man calling to his fellows. For them was a split in the rock on the right hand and on the left hand. And on the day of the tunneling through, the workmen struck each of the direction of his fellow, pick against pick, and the water started flowing from the source of the pool, 1,200 cubits, and the height of the rock above the head of the workman was 100 cubits. So what happened was, one group started on one side, the other group started on the other side. When they met up, they could start hearing their voices more clearly. And then they met there, and by pick, they busted through in between them, the last part of the rock, and that's when all the water started gushing in. And yeah, it's remarkable because all the windings and everything and turns and everything they did for that tunnel, it's remarkable. And in a short span of time, too, they were desperate. They were desperate because they was afraid the enemy, the Assyrians, was going to lay siege and attack them. Now, if you go to 2 Kings chapter 20, and the rest of the acts of Hezekiah and all his might, and how he made a pool and a conduit, and brought water into the city, that they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah. So that was remarkable. Of course, like the pyramids of Egypt and, the pyramids around the world, it's a mighty wonder, all these megaliths, but when man gets desperate, when the man gets really in desperate times, there's almost nothing he cannot accomplish out of desperation. So I just wanted to share that with you because I just thought it'd be interesting. Like I said, I like biblical archaeology. I'm kind of like archaeology in general, but, biblical archaeology, just look stuff up and see what they found, what's going on, the latest news. And anyways, comment below. Let me know what you think about this. And please give me some likes and subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I'll be putting out some more stuff whenever. And with that said and done, I thank you again for dropping by. And may you and yours be, have peace and happiness, and stick to the scriptures, and keep your prayers going, and thankfulness to our Creator for endowing us with life and everything else. And that's all I've got to say now. So peace out and shalom until we meet again.